All right, you might be wondering, why was my lesson 9 lecture so short? Well, hopefully you were thinking that. This is because what I want to do is I want to give you time. Probably I'm allowing about 45 minutes for you to actually work on this. Your job is for this week, November 1st and November 8th. Your job is to pick one of the following 8 Maverick choices, only one of the following 8 Maverick choices, and you're going to sign up for it on the Google Docs, which should look like this. So you're going to, if you were like, yeah, I really want to look into graphic novel, you would sign up here. Only one person per box, please, so that I can get everybody. And I blocked this one out, so there's only 3 storytelling slots in here. Okay, so then, so you're going to sign up for one of these, but let me explain that a little bit more. So the dates are specified. Actually, I'll go back to that. Dates are specified on the chart. So ad creation, graphic novel, book snap, and alternative to book reports will be on November 1st. And then podcast, creative vocab, create an ebook, and digital storytelling will be on November 8th. So you only have to do one. So you either do it on the 1st or on the 8th. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to actually create an exemplar that you can share. So you're actually, as a student, going to create whatever it is that you sign up for. Not just talk about the pedagogy, but actually create an example so that you can say to your colleagues who will be, so this will be your group. So group 1 will go across this way, group 2, group 3, group 4, okay? Be ready to lead your group members on the specified day through how to set it up, and be ready to lead the group for 15 minutes. So you have about a 15-minute time slot. Talk, and this is what you're going to do. So you're going to show your exemplar, and then you're going to talk about the pros and cons of creating the exemplar, what was easy about it and what was difficult in creating it. And then how could you fulfill overall ELA outcomes through this Maverick? So use the subheadings as a guide. So 1.1, discover and explore. 5.2, work within a group. So you don't have to get too specific, but just use sort of the overall categories there. So basically, this is a chance for you to dive into one of what I'm calling these Maverick choices, and actually kind of getting into it, but then also jigsawing it so that you get to see all 8 without actually having to do all 8. So here are the Maverick choices. So number 1 is an ad creation, because I think analyzing advertising is a really super cool Maverick pedagogical choice, because kids are inundated with ads, and for them to be able to learn how to analyze and create, then when they actually go, this is that connection to real life, when they actually go out into the world and watch ads, they can be like critically analyzing, which are hitting so many of those Maverick pedagogies. So you're going to pick 2 out of the 3 ad creations listed on Blackboard under lesson. So those are already there under lesson 9. So you go and you pick 2 of the 3. Okay, creating a podcast. I want you to actually create an example podcast on a topic of your choice. So again, this is real life. These kids are listening to podcasts, and maybe you can bring in the concept of creating a podcast into the classroom. This could be a simple, and this is going to take you a little bit farther into it, but really, if you're teaching grade 2, this could be as simple as just recording them on your phone, and then sharing it with going down to the principal, or having the custodian, or switching classes, or things like that. So I want you to, if you're interested in finding out how to create a podcast, then you'll actually create a podcast. So sign up for that one if that's what you want. Book snaps. So this is, you're going to actually create a book snap based on one of your 3103 book club books. So just pick a book and then follow the guidelines about how to make a book snap. Alternatives to book reports. This is create the following based, again, on one of your own choice book club books. So like Secret Path, Year of the Dog, that's what I'm talking about in there. And again, the resource for this one is on lesson 9, and one pagers and sketch notes again. So you're going to do, if you're doing number 4, you're going to do an example of all of these. Hang on, I'm just going to do this here. So if you're number 4, you're going to do an example of all 3. And then share it. These ones don't take a ton of time. Again, using Canva, you don't have to make it super pretty. Just kind of rough it out in there. So don't take like 4 hours to do this. rough it out, and then talk about the pros and cons of using Canva. Some of you already know the pros and cons of using Canva from your last assignment. Again, if you're super into graphic novels and want to maybe do a graphic novel unit with your kids, pick this one. And here is your guideline. Creative vocab. Again, how can we be more creative in how we introduce our vocabulary? Again, Maverick ideas. How can we spark that joy into teaching? Okay, so then you would do this one. You do create examples for 1, 4, 5, 6. Use quizzes 7 and 9 for your practicum grade. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. If you want to get into creating an ebook with PowerPoint, base it on one of your writings. So maybe take a section of your writing from your writing project that we did in class, and then put it into this ebook format. Again, these will lead you, all of these websites will lead you through how to do this. And if you're really into digital storytelling, if you like love iMovie, this is the one for you. Or if you're like, I actually really want to kind of learn about this, this is the one for you. And I've also put a little bit of a tutorial on under lesson 9. Now, I want to preface all this with is I don't want you to spend hours. I want you to spend like 45 minutes to an hour actually creating these examples, writing down some ideas, the pros and cons, and then fulfilling. But it's going to be a rough exemplar, right? So you're just going to kind of frame it. So don't get into the weeds too much, but I want you to be able to explain to your colleagues, again, some of the things that they maybe need to look out for if they're going to use this particular Maverick teaching pedagogy. So again, don't spend hours. I'm going to give you time in lieu of this on Monday, on both Mondays, so that the time that you spend on this now, you'll get back in class time. So spend, I'd say, 45 minutes an hour. After that, be ready to present, but again, rough it out but focus on this number 5 and 6 here. So talk about the pros and cons, and then some ELA outcomes, because that's ultimately what your colleagues will really want to find out. So again, go sign up, enjoy this process. These are fun projects, and also be thinking, how can I start to think about using these kind of project learning concepts to create some Maverick learning opportunities in my class. Okay, that's it. Have fun.